Have you ever found yourself just, gazing at something truly exquisite? Maybe a painting that stops you in your tracks, or a handcrafted piece of furniture that seems to tell a story,
Hmm.
or even like a beautiful rug nestled right beneath your feet. And you start to wonder about its entire journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just where it was made, but the whole history behind it.
Exactly. Like the countless hands that shaped it, the cultures that imbued it with meaning, the sheer ingenuity that transformed, raw materials into something profound.
It's quite remarkable.
It really is. It's remarkable how certain objects just transcend their mere function, right?
Yeah.
They become these artistic statements carrying deep narratives of culture, commerce, global connection.
They're really stories woven into the fabric of our shared history, aren't they?
Perfectly put. These aren't just things.
Indeed. And the specific objects we're embarking on a deep dive into today, the magnificent Sultanabad rugs, they truly embody this whole idea. They represent a really pivotal moment in design history. Standing at this fascinating intersection where ancient artistry met these rapidly evolving global tastes. It's a story of remarkable adaptation, enduring influence, and creating something new that still feels deeply rooted in millennia of tradition.
That's what makes this so captivating, I think. For this deep dive, we've pulled together a really fascinating array of sources.
Hmm.
We've got everything from like an insightful look into a present-day showroom, which connects us to how these incredible pieces are still cherished and valued today, all the way to meticulous historical accounts of their 19th century origins.
Right, digging into the past.
Yeah, exploring their unique design evolution. Even the intricate, time-honored dye processes that gave them that distinctive, really sought-after
It's
palette.
a great mix.
It's a rich blend, isn't it? The
Mhm.
contemporary and the profoundly historical, giving us, hopefully, a pretty comprehensive view of their journey.
Well, our mission today is really to uncover not just what makes Sultanabad rugs beautiful or, why they remain such a coveted piece for any discerning home,
Hmm.
but to understand why they became such a remarkably significant cultural export. What does their particular story tell us about the broader dynamics of, say, cross-cultural exchange,
Okay.
and how consumer demand in one part of the world can, quite dramatically, reshape artistic practices thousands of miles away? We're going to trace that remarkable journey from the very ground where their materials were first gathered and their threads were knotted,
All the way to.
all the way to the elegant living rooms they grace across the globe today.
Fantastic. So when we use the term Sultanabad rugs, we're pinpointing something very specific, aren't we? It's not just a general category. It's a particular legacy, deeply rooted in a distinct region of Iran, with a rich and, well, compelling history.
Precisely. Sultanabad rugs are primarily woven in and around the city of Arak, a city in Iran that was historically known as Sultanabad.
Yeah.
We're specifically focusing on those rugs produced for the burgeoning European market, mostly throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries.
Right, that specific time frame.
Yes. And it's an important nuance that while they're celebrated as Sultanabad, you'll also often hear them referred to as Mahal rugs.
Mahal. Okay, why the two names?
Well, this dual nomenclature isn't just a linguistic quirk. It actually points to their broader regional origin. They come from the vast Orak region, which encompasses the city of Mahalat and numerous surrounding villages. All these places contributed to this distinctive weaving tradition.
I see. So it's like a regional style.
Exactly. So the name itself, Sultanabad Mahal, already hints at the expansive influence of this artistry. It signifies that the craft wasn't confined just to the city limits, but it was, diffused and perfected across a wider area, representing a shared weaving identity.
And this city, Sultanabad, it wasn't just a place that happened to get good at making rugs. There's something else going on here, right? It was like planned, designed for this.
That is truly one of the most compelling parts of the story. If we think about the bigger picture, the very foundation of Sultanabad as a planned city, specifically for rug production, makes you ask, how often in history do we see that?
Yeah, urban planning directly tied to fostering a specific art form. Seems unusual.
It really does. The city of Sultanabad itself was founded in 1808. And this wasn't organic growth. It was a strategic, calculated creation by the Persian Qajar dynasty.
Okay.
Their explicit intention was for Sultanabad to serve as the centralized rug-making capital of northwest Iran. Imagine the scale of that ambition.
Hmm.
designing an entire city, its layout, its infrastructure, specifically to support an industry and an art form.
That's extraordinary, like a sort of, I don't know, pre-industrial special economic zone, but focused entirely on artistry.
Exactly, a perfect analogy. The main construction period happened between the late 18th and early 19th centuries, and here's a remarkable detail, almost poetic.
Go on.
New buildings were often erected directly over ancient ruins.
Really?
Yes, and this wasn't just practical urban development, it was deeply symbolic. It represented a powerful continuity of human endeavor, of creativity, literally building a new artistic future upon the enduring foundations of the past.
Wow.
It speaks volumes about the Kakadja dynasty's profound understanding of the economic and cultural power that high-quality textiles could wield on a global stage. And their foresight, in investing in a centralized hub to harness that potential.
This is where the story takes such an intriguing turn, because that rich history, that evocative name, Sultanabad, it starts to act almost like a time capsule. Because by the late 1800s, Sultanabad was undeniably producing some of the most commercially successful carpets on the international market. A true global player.
Absolutely, top tier.
Yet the city itself, the physical place, has largely moved on from that identity, hasn't it? Today, Sultanabad is known as Iraq.
That's right.
It's the bustling capital of Marzaki province, a thriving industrial and commercial hub, home to over 500,000 people. It's successfully forged a very modern identity, a prosperous one, but with comparatively little obvious connection to its historic textile-making past.
That contrast is indeed striking. And the power of a name to preserve a specific moment in history is so evident here. The original name, Sultanabad, is deliberately retained, specifically to denote that earlier era and that particular art form.
So the name itself carries the history.
Precisely. Those exceptional 19th century mahal carpets that flourished during Sultanabad's relatively brief but supremely influential artistic golden age, it acts as a kind of linguistic anchor, a historical signpost, pointing back to that period of incredible creativity and success in rug making.
It's fascinating.
This divergence between Iraq's vibrant, modern industrial profile and Sultanabad's celebrated artistic legacy really highlights the dynamic nature of cities and their economies. But the enduring legacy of those rugs and the name tied to them persists. It narrates a story that the contemporary cityscape doesn't really reveal outwardly anymore.
It's a powerful testament to how art can often outlive, even outshine, the very industrial base that produced it. It becomes timeless.
Beautifully said. Timeless artifacts.
So these Sultanabad rugs start gaining significant international recognition. But what really propelled them to new heights and fundamentally reshaped their production was this dramatic surge in demand from Western markets. This wasn't just about making excellent rugs anymore, was it? It became this sophisticated dance of tailoring them precisely to the specific tastes of a new, eager, and, well, pretty influential clientele.
This period marks a really profound pivot, a genuine transformation of a millennial-old craft. And it prompts a critical question. How did Western demand, which sure had influenced trade for centuries, suddenly become so direct, so impactful, that it fundamentally transformed an ancient art form?
Right. What was different this time?
Starting in the mid-1800s, the second half of the 19th century, there was just an exponential increase in Western consumer demand for Persian rugs. This wasn't a gentle uptick. It catalyzed a complete reorientation of the entire industry. Sultanabad weavers, acutely aware of this highly lucrative new market, began to consciously produce rugs specifically for the European market. This was a monumental shift from, say, organic internal artistic development, where designs evolved mostly within local traditions.
Right, responding to local needs or tastes.
Exactly. To a truly market-driven production model, responding directly and dramatically to external desires and aesthetic preferences. The sheer scale of this transformation meant traditional practices began to adapt, not subtly, but in really fundamental ways, to cater to this burgeoning global clientele with very specific and evolving tastes.
And it wasn't just about a general increase in demand, was it? There were specific companies that played a huge role, real game changers.
Oh, absolutely.
They didn't just buy these rugs. They essentially arrived on the ground and said, okay, we're commissioning these, but we're going to make them our way, for our market. Which implies Ziegler & Co. weren't just customers.
Not at all.
They were actively shaping the art form itself, right there at the source.
That's a crucial distinction, and it underscores an unprecedented level of foreign intervention. In the late 19th century, specifically around 1883, The Anglo-Swiss firm Ziegler & Co., based in Manchester, England, took an extraordinary step.
Which was?
They established their own manufactory directly in Sultanabad.
Wow, okay. On the ground.
Right on the ground. Their singular objective was to produce Sultanabad rugs meticulously tailored to meet Western tastes and demands. This was revolutionary. It marked the first time Western designers didn't just influence Persian designs through market signals.
Like saying we prefer blue ones.
Exactly. They actively, physically, and directly modified classical Persian designs right there.
So it wasn't just placing an order, it was providing artistic direction.
Yeah.
On site.
Precisely. Imagine the cultural juxtaposition. Centuries of traditional, often localized weaving techniques and inherited designs on one hand, and on the other, a foreign company setting up vast production facilities in a distant land, with the explicit aim of catering to the aesthetic sensibilities of drawing rooms in London, New York, Rome.
It's kind of mind-boggling when you frame it like that.
It is. And the impact of Ziegler & Co.'s vision was so profound, so transformative, that today, the firm's name has become virtually synonymous with the Sultanabad form itself.
Really? Ziegler means Sultanabad to many people.
In the rug world, very much so. This enduring association is a powerful testament to their indelible legacy and the deep, lasting mark they left on this unique art. Their intervention wasn't just commercial, it was a significant cultural pivot, an economic force that reshaped the artistic DNA of a region. It demonstrated how sophisticated demand in one part of the world could directly orchestrate artistic evolution thousands of miles away.
And this influence went beyond just, say, making the rugs bigger to fit Western rooms. It was about aligning them with a whole new design philosophy sweeping the West at the time of the arts and crafts movement.
Yes.
That connection must have played a huge role in making them so popular.
This alignment with the arts and crafts movement is exactly one of the most compelling aspects of their history. It reveals this remarkable confluence of artistic philosophies across continents.
How so?
Well, the arts and crafts movement, which emerged in Britain in the late 19th century and quickly spread, was a powerful reaction against what they saw as the soullessness of industrial mass production.
Right. Championing the handmade.
Exactly. It passionately advocated for simple, traditional, visibly exposed craftsmanship, often in large-scale, romantic, naturalistic designs. And Sultanabad rugs, by their very nature hand-knotted, using natural dyes, embodying centuries of traditional craftsmanship, they perfectly resonated with this aesthetic.
They were like the perfect poster child for the movement.
In essence, yes. They were the physical embodiment of the principles the movement championed. Authenticity, integrity of materials, the beauty of human handwork. So it's no surprise that the renowned British designer William Morris,
William Morris, okay.
a seminal figure and huge evangelist for the arts and crafts movement, played an instrumental role in popularizing Sultanabad rugs in the West. He actively integrated them into his famous interior designs. He recognized in them a perfect expression of the beauty and virtue of handmade objects, a direct counterpoint to the growing industrialization he so passionately critiqued.
Okay, let's dive deeper into this transformation, because it wasn't just about scaling up old patterns, right? It sounds like a fundamental reinterpretation of designs and a really noticeable shift in the colors used.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, imagine those traditional, bold, almost fiery reds of classical Persian rugs softening into this, well, more inviting, almost painterly rose color you mentioned. That's a huge shift.
The transformation was indeed comprehensive. It impacted both the intricate design motifs and the overall chromatic landscape. Traditional Persian designs, especially those in Heriz and Sarapi rugs, often seen as the closest artistic relatives to Sultanabads because of their magnificent graphic character.
Right, the cousins, so to speak.
Exactly. They underwent a significant reinterpretation. While Heriz and Sarab typically feature more flowing, rounded, curvilinear designs, almost like elaborate script, Sultanabads, benefiting from a larger, more supple weave, naturally allowed for designs that were more expansive.
So if you picture it, instead of tightly packed, dense patterns, these designs suddenly had more breathing room, more space.
Precisely. The floral patterns, for instance, a hallmark of Persian weaving, began to branch out widely in these masterfully executed Sultanabad motifs. They became more spacious, significantly less dense, and acquired this refined, almost airy quality.
Interesting.
Central medallions, often the focal point in Persian rugs, were intentionally enlarged. They became grander, more prominent statements. Even the intricate arabesques, those mesmerizing interlocking patterns, gained a sharper definition, benefiting benefiting from the increased space and the grander scale of the overall design.
So it wasn't just bigger is better, it was a deliberate stylistic change.
Absolutely. Meticulously driven by the demands of Western aesthetics, which at the time often favored a less cluttered, more expansive, and subtly romantic visual experience.
And the colors, that seems like an even bigger change.
Perhaps even more impactful was the profound transformation of the color palette. In direct response to that burgeoning arts and crafts aesthetic, Sultanabad weavers consciously softened the bold, often jewel-toned colors typical of older Northwest Persian rugs.
Okay, give us some examples.
Consider the shift. Those deep, almost brooding dark reds, so characteristic of older pieces, were mellowed into rich, nuanced rose reds.
Ah, the famous rose red.
Exactly. And the intense, sometimes stark, bold navies. They were transmuted into variegated pastel blues, offering a far softer, more subdued, harmonious visual appeal. This shift was a direct, calculated response to a prevailing Western preference for less stark contrasts and a more unified, muted, tranquil overall feel.
Which fits perfectly with that arts and crafts vibe.
Perfectly. It aligned with the romantic and naturalistic tendencies of the movement. That deep rose red became almost emblematic of Sultanabad rugs. Other popular colors included deep red, various blues, soft green, rich gold, and creamy ivory, a meticulously curated palette designed to blend seamlessly into elegant Western interiors, providing warmth and sophistication without overpowering the room.
And this detailed transformation brings us to a really significant historical point. This compelling argument that Sultanabad carpets were arguably the very first Persian rugs designed explicitly for the Western market. Not just influenced by it, but intentionally crafted for it from the ground up.
This is a critical distinction, and it certainly warrants deeper thought. While trade and cultural influence between Persia and the West had existed for centuries, think Silk Road, early textiles in Europe.
Sure, trade isn't new.
Right. But what emerged with Sultanabad rugs marked a fundamentally new level of intentional design for a specific international clientele. There is a very strong argument that Sultanabad carpets were indeed the first Persian rugs conceived and executed with the express purpose of catering to the Western market.
So before this, it was more like, we make these, maybe they'll buy them.
Largely, yes. Prior to the 19th century Sultanabad carpets, there's no clear historical indication that any rugs were being produced with the explicit primary purpose of being sold to specialized dealers in places like New York, London, or Rome.
Wow.
This wasn't just consumer demand subtly shaping what was available. It represented a strategic, deliberate shift in the entire production philosophy. It signifies remarkable commercial foresight and cultural adaptation. It really set a precedent for what we now understand as globalized commerce in art and luxury goods.
A key historical moment.
Absolutely. Where the creation of cultural artifacts became truly outward-looking and market-driven in a very direct, impactful way. It laid groundwork for the kind of cross-cultural commerce we still see today.
Okay, let's shift from that grand historical view down to the intricate, hands-on details. Let's talk about the art of weaving itself.
Yes, the craft.
When we admire these finished rugs, it's so easy to overlook the immense human effort, the generations of tradition, the sheer artistry woven into every single knot. It's a powerful image, isn't it? Entire families, maybe across generations, working together, not by painstaking knot, transforming raw wool into these masterpieces.
It really is. Their skills steeped in tradition, connected directly to the natural world around them.
That human element, the generational skill transfer, it feels utterly central to their story.
Absolutely. Rug production in Sultanabad was predominantly a cottage industry, meaning it was largely decentralized. It happened mostly not in large factories, but within individual homes, with entire families actively involved in every stage of the weaving process.
Like a family business, but on a craft level.
Exactly. This model speaks to a profound, deeply embedded generational knowledge transfer. The craft becomes an integral part of daily life, of family identity. These rugs are woven using the asymmetrical Persian knot, also known as the Sena knot.
Okay, the Sena knot. What's special about that?
This particular knot involves looping the yarn around one warp thread and then passing it under the next, creating a single, precise loop. This meticulous method allows for the incredibly fine details and the dense, tight patterns that characterize high-quality Persian rugs. It's a testament to the skill required.
So that specific knot enables the intricacy we admire.
Precisely. Furthermore, Sultanabad rugs typically feature a sturdy cotton foundation that provides crucial stability and longevity.
The backbone of the rug.
Exactly. And a luxurious wool pile. Critically, the wool itself was often hand-spun by the weavers or their family members. That adds another layer of authenticity and direct control over the material's quality and texture.
Right, controlling it from the start.
And significantly, all Sultanabad rugs from this key period were made exclusively with natural dyes. This commitment to natural materials and time-honored methods contributes hugely to their enduring quality, their subtle, rich aesthetic, and their remarkable resilience over centuries.
And speaking of those natural dyes, one of our sources mentions this truly remarkable, almost poetic detail about how one of their most iconic colors was achieved.
Oh, yes, they're rose red.
It just perfectly illustrates the dedication to craftsmanship back then.
It's an absolutely fascinating window into their creation. The sheer dedication to the dye process itself is, well, astounding. That most popular emblematic color, the deep, rich rose red. Achieving that specific hue was incredibly laborious and time-intensive. It required profound traditional knowledge. The raw wool would first be meticulously bathed for 2 full days.
2 days.
2 days, in a specialized solution mainly derived from madder root, that's Rubia tinctorum, a plant used for centuries for red dye combined with whey.
Whey, like from cheese making.
Exactly. The whey would act as a mordant, helping the dye bind permanently to the wool fibers. After this extensive 48-hour soaking, allowing the fibers to fully absorb the rich pigment, the wool would then be meticulously scoured for nearly another 2 days.
Wow, that was 2 days.
Often in running water, to ensure the color was set, excess dye was removed, and the desired richness and consistency were achieved without bleeding. So think about that. Almost 4 full days dedicated just to preparing the wool for one signature color.
That's incredible dedication.
This meticulous multi-day process highlights the immense commitment to quality, the depth of, frankly, scientific understanding within traditional practices, and the profound artisanal knowledge involved. It wasn't about speed or efficiency. It was about achieving a perfect, lasting color through time-honored methods.
It's truly amazing to think that these traditions, this rich history, are still so vibrantly alive today. They continue to find their way into modern homes, modern design schemes. So let's shift focus now to how you, our listener, might encounter these magnificent rugs in the contemporary world. We have a fantastic real-world example in Babak's Oriental carpets.
Ah, yes.
Their elegant showroom, it's at 919 Fort Street in Victoria, BC, Canada, opened way back in August 1994. And since then, they've dedicated themselves to showcasing this vast, unique variety of hand-knotted carpets, each piece elegantly crafted by nomadic tribes or master workshops.
It's such a tangible link, isn't it? From those ancient looms right to today's living rooms.
A testament to enduring beauty.
And this contemporary connection is vital. It bridges centuries of craftsmanship with the tastes of today's consumers. Babak's Oriental carpets really exemplifies how these ancient traditions not only continue, but how the specialized expertise needed to curate, authenticate, and present these pieces is lovingly passed down.
It's more than just a shop, then.
Oh, much more. It's like a living archive of textile art, a place where history and artistry are preserved and shared.
And behind that impressive collection, it's clear there's a serious depth of knowledge, a real dedication to the craft. It feels like it goes beyond just commerce. It's about sharing a genuine passion for the history, the artistry, the stories in each rug.
And that prompts a crucial question in our, information-rich but often superficial world. How absolutely vital is the role of the true expert, like the team at Babak's, people who can synthesize and share generations of specialized knowledge about these incredibly complex art forms?
No point.
Dr. Hushang Rizwani, for instance, he meticulously built this honorable, widely respected reputation in the carpet business over 35 years in Graz, Austria.
Wow, 35 years.
And now he brings that invaluable knowledge and experience to Victoria. His son, Babak Rizwani, is the current owner and operator. For Babak, this isn't just a business, it's literally a family legacy. He's been immersed in the carpet world his entire life.
So he grew up with it.
Completely. He possesses a truly vast knowledge of most carpets from around the world, with a particular specialty in Persian carpets. He's deeply dedicated to the ongoing study of Oriental carpets and is always genuinely pleased to share his knowledge. Whether you're interested in historical significance, hand-knotting techniques, investment value, or just the overall quality.
That kind of deep knowledge is rare.
It is, and it's this intergenerational transfer of expertise that really sets businesses like this apart. It ensures the continued appreciation and understanding of these magnificent pieces, not just as decorations, but as tangible art forms with enduring stories. Their staff are consistently described as knowledgeable and professional, too.
What's also really exceptional about Babak's is their whole approach to customer service. They seem to have thought of everything, making sure these incredible pieces can find their perfect home anywhere in the world. I mean, they even offer trials, letting you see a rug in your own space before committing. That's pretty amazing. It's all about bridging distance and building trust, isn't it?
They absolutely understand the nuances involved in acquiring unique, high-value art pieces. Babbox offers this comprehensive suite of services designed to address common concerns and really facilitate the global reach of these rugs.
Like the worldwide shipping.
Exactly. Worldwide shipping plus free domestic shipping over $500 that dissolves geographical barriers. Then you have services like professional carpet repair and cleaning, expert appraisal that ensures longevity, builds trust, affirms authenticity and value.
Right, peace of mind.
Then there's the trade-in and purchasing counter, detailed info sheets with all carpets offering transparency and flexibility, plus free delivery locally, with some restrictions, of course.
Makes it easy.
But perhaps the most telling offering showing their confidence and commitment is that trials at no obligation service.
That really stands out.
It allows a client to truly experience how a rug transforms their own space before making that final commitment. It fosters this unparalleled sense of assurance. This whole customer-centric approach, integrated with their deep knowledge, makes these rugs accessible and ensures their proper care and appreciation for generations. And you can reach them easily. Phone, email, text. Very modern.
So after all this incredible history, the intricate craft, the journey, what does it all mean today? Why are these antique Sultanabad rugs still so incredibly sought after? Why this intense, unwavering demand for pieces, often well over a century old?
It does make you ask, doesn't it? Beyond their undeniable beauty, what makes certain antiques not just hold value, but increase in desirability over centuries?
Yeah.
Antique Sultanabad carpets, especially from the 19th and early 20th centuries, are, as you said, in extremely high demand, passionately sought after by collectors and top interior designers worldwide.
So what's driving it?
It's really a unique convergence of factors. First, their profound historical significance, arguably the first Persian rugs explicitly designed for Western tastes. Second, their undeniable artistic merit, that fascinating blend of classical Persian tradition and nuanced Western influence. And crucially, their remarkable versatility.
Versatility.
They offer this tangible, authentic connection to a rich past, embodying a captivating story of global cultural exchange while simultaneously possessing an aesthetic that remains incredibly relevant and adaptable today. They're not just objects, they're living historical documents that still speak to us.
So basically, they're not just museum pieces, beautiful but untouchable. They are living art, ready to elevate almost any space you can imagine. Whether you love antiques or prefer a clean, modern look, their adaptability seems key.
Their versatility is without doubt one of their most remarkable qualities. Sultanabad rugs are often described as reinventions of classical form and color. That phrase perfectly captures their ability to fit beautifully in any room where old meets new.
Interesting phrasing.
Their characteristic warm color palette, those inviting reds, luminous golds, calming beiges, soft ivory earth tones, is exceptionally good at giving even minimalist contemporary spaces a quiet sense of life, grounding, and warmth. They can soften sharp lines, add inviting texture.
So they work in modern settings just as well.
Absolutely. They have an almost magical ability to do that. And of course, as we discussed, they famously match harmoniously, perhaps most overtly, with late 19th and early 20th century arts and crafts furniture. They share that aesthetic lineage. They belong together.
Right.
But the key takeaway, the really compelling part, is that they are exceptionally versatile carpets. They genuinely can integrate into and elevate almost any interior design style.
Amazing.
This extraordinary ability to bridge eras and different design aesthetics from a historical room full of antiques to a stark, clean, modern apartment ensures their enduring relevance, desirability, and continuous high demand. They truly are timeless.
And finally, for those who are maybe serious collectors or just appreciate the lasting value of art, there's even an investment side to this.
Yes, if we connect this to the broader picture of collecting, the investment value really underscores that these aren't just decorative items that might depreciate over time.
Right.
Instead, they are tangible assets. Given their quality, rarity, historical context they can appreciate, reflecting their enduring artistic, cultural and historical significance. Experts like Babak Rizwani are invaluable here, sharing their deep knowledge on this aspect, guiding collectors on viewing these rugs not just as beautiful additions, but as valuable pieces of art that can genuinely increase in worth.
Provenance, condition, artistry all matter.
Exactly. They all contribute to their status as desirable long-term investments.
Wow. We've really covered some ground today, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Started with the very foundations of a city literally built for rugs.
Mm-hmm. Quite something.
Then traced how Western tastes fundamentally transformed this timeless art form, and finally explored how these magnificent pieces continue to find their cherished place in homes and collections worldwide, celebrated for their beauty and history.
Indeed. What's truly captivating here is how the story of these Sultanabad rugs so eloquently encapsulates so many broader themes. That intricate interplay of culture and commerce, the dynamic evolution of design through cross-cultural dialogue, and the enduring power of human craftsmanship to create objects that just transcend time and geography.
This whole exploration raises a fascinating thought, I think, for all of us. As you look around your own space, the objects that fill your home, what stories are hidden within them?
That's a great question.
How many of the things you own, like these incredible Sultanabad rugs, are maybe silent testaments to centuries of cross-cultural dialogue, adaptation, unforeseen influences?
How many carry those hidden narratives of global exchange?
Exactly. So the next time you find yourself admiring a beautiful rug, or really any piece of art, perhaps you'll pause and ask yourself, where did you really come from? And who, across the vast tapestry of history, shaped your story?
It adds another layer of appreciation, doesn't it?
It really does. Keep digging, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.